The Social Security Administration is bringing back a policy that many Americans find upsetting. The SSA is reinstating its 100% overpayment recovery policy. This means the SSA can take back all the money you owe them from your monthly Social Security check. This policy change is causing a lot of anxiety for people who rely on Social Security to make ends meet. They are worried about how they will pay their bills if the SSA takes back a large portion of their benefits. The SSA had temporarily changed this policy last year. They had put a cap on how much money they could withhold from benefits. This cap was set at 10% of the monthly benefit amount. The decision to reinstate the 100% clawback has reignited the debate about the SSA's policies. Many people believe that taking 100% of overpayments is too harsh. They argue that it puts vulnerable individuals and families at risk of financial hardship. The SSA, however, argues that they have a responsibility to recover overpayments. They say that this is necessary to ensure the long-term solvency of the Social Security program. The agency also points out that beneficiaries have options if they are facing an overpayment. Last year, there was a huge public outcry against the SSA's overpayment recovery practices. People shared their stories of hardship and financial strain caused by the SSA withholding large sums of money from their benefits. Senior citizens, people with disabilities and families struggling to make ends meet shared how these overpayment recoveries pushed them further into debt and poverty. News outlets across the country picked up these stories. They highlighted the struggles of ordinary Americans facing overpayment notices. The public pressure mounted on lawmakers to address the issue. In response to the public outcry, the SSA temporarily changed its policy. The agency capped the withholding amount at 10%. This provided much-needed relief to countless beneficiaries. This temporary reprieve gave people a chance to catch their breath and figure out how to address their overpayment situations. However, with the reinstatement of the 100% clawback, that sense of relief has been replaced with renewed fear and uncertainty. It is important to understand that this policy change will primarily affect new overpayment cases. This means if you received an overpayment notice after March 27, 2025, the 100% clawback rule applies to you. However, if your overpayment occurred before March 27, 2025, the SSA will continue to withhold only 10% of your benefits. This distinction is important, as it determines how much money the SSA can recover from your monthly benefits. For example, let's say you received $1,000 in overpayments. If this overpayment was identified before March 27, 2025, the SSA can only deduct $100 from your monthly check until the overpayment is repaid. However, if the overpayment was identified after March 27, 2025, the SSA could potentially deduct the entire $1,000 from a single month's benefit. This difference in policy application is creating confusion and concern among beneficiaries. Many people are unsure whether their overpayment falls under the old rule or the new rule. It is crucial to carefully review any notices you receive from the SSA and contact them directly if you have any questions about your specific situation. Receiving an overpayment notice from the SSA can be overwhelming and scary. It is crucial to remember that you have options. The first step is to understand why you received an overpayment. The notice should explain the reason for the overpayment. Sometimes overpayments occur due to SSA errors, changes in your living situation, or mistakes in reporting your income. If you believe the overpayment wasn't your fault, you can appeal the decision. You can also request a waiver. A waiver means you don't have to repay the overpayment. The SSA might grant a waiver if you can prove that repaying the money would cause you significant financial hardship. There are resources available to help you navigate this process. You can contact your local Social Security office or seek assistance from organizations that specialize in Social Security issues. Remember, you don't have to face this situation alone. Understanding your rights and options is crucial when dealing with Social Security overpayments.